Bam, zippity scap scow. Everybody, welcome back to Karandrin Role Playing. My name is Kevin Manus Pennings, also known as Crack Volunteer, and I will be your host and game master for this episode 148 of Brise's Tale. And as always, my good buddy Max is here to play the beautiful and talented paladin Brise. Max, say hello to the lovely people.
I was about to say good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good evening, whenever you're watching this. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to Karandrin.
That's right. We ended on kind of an interesting development last session. Why don't you fill us in on that?
So Brise, as most people know, is in service to the Lady Mia Grawl, a goblin noblewoman in the near the mountainous lands of southern Nargas. And as part of service to her, I'm been assigned a task, which is to stop a convoy coming into her territory that's supposed to frame her or at least discredit her, because this convoy is going to pretend to be a group of cultists trying to start a cult in her territory. So we did actually uproot a cult from her territory, I think less than a month ago in game time, this cult of the Iron Empress, right in the city of Balabry, actually, where her keep is located. And now her enemy is trying to capitalize on that and say, look, there's even more, apparently, of this, underhandedness going on. And so we've heard that there's supposed to be a convoy with 4 wagons coming across the border tonight. And so me and a few other agents are being sent out, one person for each of the roads that lead into her territory, to monitor for these scoundrels. And I was told just to put a stop to them, destroy or seize all the artifacts that they're bringing over and drive them off. And if I have to kill everybody, then then so be it. So yeah, it should be a pretty interesting or exciting mission. So unless, of course, they don't go down my road and go down one of the other ones people are posted on, then I'll be doing a lot of waiting, but who knows?
Sneaking around, hoping to interrupt someone's day, or just sneaking around.
Yeah.
So, have we? I forget if we've rolled your morning.
Yeah. So in the morning, I woke up, had this meeting
Okay.
with Athene, the castellan of the keep, and Fraldrim. And I believe I'm supposed to meet with Fraldrim again. I think tomorrow morning. She was telling me about her plan. So Fraldrim, on another note, Fraldrim, right, that keeps head magician, has a plan to deal with the necromancer Chelbrick, who has a stronghold in this bordering kind of country called the Vetch. And he's been causing all sorts of trouble with the undead Philistan, building fortifications, using them to build fortifications. And so I'm supposed to meet with her. I think she said the next morning. I didn't write it down, but I'm assuming she'll reach out to me when she has more details about her plan.
Right. And that was involving trying to get secret, while these fortifications are being built in the Vetch, trying to get secret entrances built into them, into these fortifications, so that whatever evil is being cooked up by the Philistan can be undone. You'll have an ace in the hole there, ace in the pocket. So that's why is this thing not working? Oh, is it going to tell me I have too many? Oh my lord! I was trying to add. I was trying to add a caption explaining what you were up to,
Mm-hmm.
but it won't. It won't let me. Yep, that's what it was. I've hit a limit on terms of number of captions.
No way. What's the limit?
Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20.
Only 20?
Only 20.
Oh, few.
Yeah, so it sounds like I'll need to move to a Word document and then cut and paste as we go.
That's terrible.
That just,
We're paying for this.
yeah, it's
Should let you have like
disappointing.
100 at least.
Yeah, you would think. So,
Oh, well.
meet up, um, go out into the courtyard. You're ready to go. Um,
Yeah,
there's
before the session started, we obtained some equipment from the keep that's been lent to me, as well as I've kind of sorted out my equipment I'm taking on the trip. So traveling light to keep sneaky. Obviously, I'm taking my familiar with me.
and you'll have 2 donkeys with you loaded with skins.
Right, I'm posing as a trader.
Right. And so there'll be traps hung and so on from the donkeys. And so it'll be so that if you want to try a more subtle approach, or if you get ambushed, you can plead ignorance,
Mm-hmm.
um, and um, and just claim, you're just on the road, and can talk your way out of trouble until the time is right to strike.
Mm-hmm.
Got someone on the chat. Oh. Um, Quinn's mocking your destruction of magic items. Hey, Quinn. How are you doing, man?
To be fair, they lent me scrolls, which can be used unless you destroy them. So
That's right.
come on.
So, there's an array of items that they let you look at. You choose from among those. We've
Mm-hmm.
already covered that. But just for our audience, you took some potions of the chameleon. You took is it a scroll? Is it scrolls? A scroll of teleport and a scroll of
Invisibility.
invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
And so um, that'll really help get you out of a jam. Um, Send a powerful wizard as a companion. One they don't like.
So I can kill them too, I believe, is what it means.
I see. I see what's going on. Well, Quinn, aren't you really talking about Sam and Mara? Those characters from back in the day who played Rollmaster in terms of whacking powerful.
I mean, I killed Adabir I brought him to his death, I suppose.
You did. You did.
That's
Um,
half a murder.
that's right.
Third degree murder is what
That's right. It's murder. Three degrees removed.
yeah.
Um, Oh no, I know we got you, Quinn. But we're wondering. We know that you're referring to Adabir, but shouldn't you also be making fun of Sam and Mara for getting Horiatus killed? That's what I was.
See, that didn't happen on stream though, so there's no proof.
Streamer didn't happen. I forgot that
Quinn
ancient.
probably has that episode bookmarked where Adabir died. Just
That's right. That rule from Hammurabi's code. Streamer didn't happen. I think we all know. As Gandhi said, you can't believe everything you read on the internet.
That's my favorite. I thought that was Abraham Lincoln, actually.
I forget who said it, but that's why I didn't believe it. That's true. Yeah. Obi-Wan's not going to be here till late. Pansy, I hurt. I have to go get a massage. Oh, what a pansy.
You can watch our stream during a massage. Come on.
Exactly. All major streaming outlets. So
I wanted to kind of tie up my hair, make sure I have a cloak that has a hood that comes down far enough.
Right, that's right. So yeah, early that morning, then a goblin girl would have come and helped you with your hair, and you guys practice, for some minutes, pinning it where it just stays way back, and use, where it just stays way up in a bun, and you can just throw the hood down, and
right.
You're also given from her some dark makeup that basically you're just going to rub on your face and give your complexion a dark look, but also a dirty look.
Okay, I'm not sure I like this. Where this Karandrin episode is going.
I don't mean black. Just to tan you up.
148 episodes, and finally we get canceled.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Make my face less visible, less distinctive.
So you're given a map. That's something I should have included in the equipment to you. And so
the map of the roads leading out of the county.
Yes, and so these roads are all north of the keep. They wind their way through passes that are north in this range of mountains, and then they will come down through the south into town. One of the roads is one that you've used before, but you see that there's a number of connecting roads that leads to it, and it crosses the road that leads to that you've used a lot coming in and out of town, like to get to the valley with the Iron Empress's temple.
Yeah.
There's a road that ends sort of right at that valley. There's a road that passes it that goes into town, but there's a road across the way from the entrance of that valley, and that's one of the roads that they'll be coming in on ultimately. But that's not the one you've been assigned. You're assigned the third one. If they travel, it's interesting because they'll have to travel through. It looks like they'll be traveling through, unless you're very much mistaken, the Valley of the Giants. With Lady Calm.
Right. Okay.
Which may be a solution in and of itself, but we'll leave that to them.
Unless the Giants join the cold, then we have a very large problem on our hands.
There you go. Just monumental, So
okay.
So do you want anything in your hands? You can use your staff as a walking stick, kind of a thing. Do you have a foreboding sense that may make you want to go full bore?
No, I think we'll try to keep up the disguise as much as possible. So I'll have my weapons hidden. There's nothing in my hands. I will have my dagger and bow at my belt though. So.
And the bow can be on your back, of course.
Yeah, the bow,
no one's going to care about that.
Yeah, plus 20 bow. That's really nice.
And because I've not mentioned it as often as I had been, remember that you can always go to our notes in online, and you'll see them down in the description on the YouTube channel. You can hop on there and click on there and actually see Brise's notes as they're being typed. You can go back ages and ages and see this long history we have of playing almost 150 episodes. And we forgot to mention that we are going to be off next week for Thanksgiving. and then we'll be back on December 4th. So no stream next week because we're going to be eating turkey and traveling.
Surprisingly, we have things to give thanks for.
It is surprising every day. And so just a quick note there. And so you depart, leading your 2 donkeys, laden with skins.
I'll have Azrael just in my lap, right? Although once we get out on the road, probably better for him to walk out in front. I guess we're not moving very fast, right? Just
walk pace, yeah.
pace.
On the map is marked an estimate that to basically go from the keep all the way down the various roads and twists and trails that you've been assigned to basically get all the way to Algret's principal town again, whose name I need to just come up with and be done with. That's almost a 5-day journey.
Wow. Okay.
So they expect the fake cultist will be traveling faster, just trying to get things established before, as quickly as possible. And so, of course, you guys are traveling toward each other ideally. So you hope that you don't have to, if you reach that town, then obviously they're not on your road.
I see. But okay, so I might not even run them tonight or tomorrow night. This could
Sure.
be days. Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Don't forget about your miracle roll. Just a little reminder there. And off you go, following the map.
Should also remind all our viewers and us that Brise is still dealing with a strange encounter she had in the catacombs of Pesidarius, which kind of seemed to affect my soul very deeply. And I'm currently, mechanical aspect of it, I'm at 80 maximum exhaustion out of 100 instead of 100. So I'm less energy to act, and I've been kind of more short, more tempered, and more suspicious of people.
Yeah, temperamental and more ill-tempered, I guess, really. Yeah, it really is changing who you are in ways that you really don't like. All right, roll to navigate. You've got a map, so that's a lovely bonus.
Okay, how much of a bonus? We'll see. That's a 9. Okay. I end up back at the keep. Wait a second.
You have difficulty leaving Ballabry, which is no one's surprise. Ballabry is one of the most confusing towns ever constructed. Multiple streams, multiple bridges. Some bridges are only go halfway across the water, and then the other half is downstream. It's just very confusing.
Oh man.
The
famous goblin architect, MC Escher.
There's a Family Guy bit where you've got the architects building, the contractors building the MC Escher stairway.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, can we just simplify this? I've lost so many guys in here.
Oh.
Stupid joke. Sorry. Totally in my head. All right, roll again.
43. A little better.
Make it out of town. You're basically on a country road now, leading north. Going to the northern valley before you cut east. Traffic is light. Roll to navigate.
27. Where is,
You come across a series of springs that you know is marked on a different road. Um, and so you know that you have taken one wrong turn. And so you backtrack. You're now climbing higher into the mountains out of the valley. You're hoping you can make it through the first pass today and get somewhat down on the other side so you can camp and not be way up in the pass. Roll.
53.
You're pretty confident you can see the pass ahead. Down low on the shoulder of a mountain. But it's still going to be a cold night staying there. So your choices are to push on and hope to make it to the other side, or do you sit tight and camp here?
Man, I should have brought my Spear of the North. That's okay. That keeps me from suffering any ill effects from natural cold.
Yeah.
And it's too late now. I mean, I'll camp out in the pass. I guess have I been in like cold places like that before, camping out? Yeah, I guess I've been on the mountain. Do I mind it that much?
No, I mean, I think you still, I think you're fine with it. Actually, it should actually be on your character sheet.
Yeah, I mean, I love the outdoors.
Yeah, you're fine with cold.
Yeah,
you enjoy the cold.
Pass seems like it would be a little better anyway to have a better like vantage in case.
In terms of seeing things, sure, you would hopefully have a good view of the next valley.
Right.
But of course, remember that if these are goblins that have been hired to play the role of these fake cultists, then they won't need lights at all. So it's not like you'll see lanterns coming up the trail, because they can see perfectly well in pitch black.
Okay. No, then I'll just camp out a little ways down.
Okay.
Just to be a little more comfortable. And when I set up camp, I'll make sure to cast Watchful Strength and also Disguise Camp.
It's gonna be a rough night. There is just not a worthwhile place to camp. You make do as best you can. Take some of the skins off of the. Well, you're gonna unload the donkeys anyway.
Yeah.
But do you wrap up in some of the skins and just bundle up, put up the tent, and just bear with it.
Yeah.
Roll for me. Let's roll your 3.
Well, so can I cast the...
Oh, sorry. Yes. Let's roll those.
On the road, I want to cast Watchful Strength. So I'm
Okay.
alerted if anyone passes through.
Okay.
And so that is... What level is that again? 8 level spell. Casting that. My power points is 28.
Okay.
And then also cast Disguise Camp. Level 3 spell from my power points. 58.
All right. No problem.
Okay.
Obi-Wan has joined the chat.
Skin off.
Skins off the donkey, meaning other animal skins that make Brise look like a trapper and a tradesman.
Donkey's wearing multiple skins.
That's right.
All right.
We're back to racist issues now.
Oh my gosh.
Be comfortable in your own skin.
A donkey and a wolf in a sheep's clothing.
That's right. All right. So now let's roll your 3.
3 rolls. 54,
Okay.
21, and 95.
And one more.
44. Now it is July 5th.
You know, I don't think we got you your stipend, did we?
It's a monthly stipend, and I guess is it on the first of each month?
Well, that's what I was.
We haven't been. So I think I entered Meagle service in the middle of June. And
Okay.
I got my stipend. So would it be like a month from then?
Yeah.
June 17th, I collected my stipend last.
Okay, great. All right.
So July 17th.
Yes. Good.
I'm gonna note that down. Collected on the 17th.
So, a miserable night of tossing and turning. You find yourself eager to get this mission over. You are up basically half the night. The ladder, please, Obi-Wan.
Chicken drumstick or chicken sandwich?
That's right.
I'll take both.
That's right. We deliver. You know us. So you find yourself actually stalking with a torch lit.
Like walking the roads or like the wilderness?
Yes, walking the roads. You go over the pass, having left your donkeys behind.
Oh my gosh.
You're bundled up against the cold. You've used some of the skins on your shoulders and so on. And your thought is, no problem. I'll play Lost Damsel. They'll come along. I'll slit a few throats. No problem. Mission over.
Yeah.
The next valley over, you do see a light moving through the valley. You hide your light behind a boulder. But it's going to be well past morning before they're at the pass or even at the bottom of the valley.
Okay.
So late night travels with a light suggests it's not goblins that are
Right.
coming. At least that is not what you're seeing is not goblins.
Right.
So disgusted, you return to your camp, toss and turn for the rest of the night. What little sleep you got, no dreams interrupted it.
Mm.
You're at 55 exhaustion.
Oh. Did my maximum change at all, or is it still 80?
It's still 80.
Okay. How about PowerPoints? I think I was down by 11. So
You would have recovered half, rounded up, so 6 additional.
All right. Not the best. Waking up on the wrong side of the valley is
There you go.
kind of like what's happening now. Okay. Well, just pack up camp. We'll make some breakfast, some whey bread. I'll let my kitty hunt a little bit. Azrael. I didn't even think about it, but if he's like a city cat, I don't know how good he is at hunting in the wilderness. I guess he has to learn.
He's gonna have to learn. There are rodents everywhere. That
Yeah.
part of it won't be. We had a lot of cats on the farm I grew up on, and we had, I don't know, at one point probably had 30 cats, but we had a big old carport, and they would just laze around the carport when they weren't out hunting, because we would only feed them basically once a week.
Wow.
And we just let them hunt otherwise. And so a bird would fly through the carport, and man, it was like anti-aircraft fire. I mean, those cats were just leaping out after it. I mean, it was hilarious. It was so much fun to watch.
Yeah, I would love to have a cat and let them roam free like that. But man, like in the city, it's just asking for trouble.
It is.
So many cars and dogs and everything.
Yeah. All right. Are you pressing on? Are you going to wait and see who this traveler is? There's lots of roads on this map that they could turn off of, so there's no guarantee that what you saw is coming this way.
Yeah, I think it's good if I rest a little bit, maybe get my exhaustion up some more, and then we'll take off later in the morning.
Well, if you're going to do that, do you want to find a better camping spot?
Yeah, good idea. So we'll walk the road a little while, maybe go over the pass, and then find something on the way down.
Yeah, you make it down without a problem. Roll to navigate.
Boom, 15.
You are not doing well. You know you've taken a wrong turn onto some sort of game trail, but you've rarely seen such a broad, comfortable, just very soft campground with these thick tufts of grass, that grow up in the highlands. And I mean, it feels, as you walk across the grass, it feels like you don't even need a bedroll except for warmth. So 189, that's what I rolled.
Wow.
So definitely a place for a nap. It's still sort of, mid-morning. It's, you've had some hours of travel, but
yeah, if I just rest for a few hours, I know those whoever that retinue was shouldn't have been goblins from Algrit's domain, so I don't expect to see them until, like we said, probably nightfall.
Right.
So we can take some time to relax here.
Fall asleep very quickly. No dreams of note. You wake up at high sun. Camp is unmolested.
All right.
Make your way back to the road.
Did my exhaustion or power points recover?
Exhaustion is at 78.
Okay.
Out of 78.
Okay.
Your power points are fully restored. What would you like to do?
Yeah, well, we will continue down the main road. We were headed down. I guess I still have this. Do they give me like more of the
Yeah, you have a
okay.
container of it, and like
You
literally
wash my face and then reapply it. Yeah.
Okay.
In the morning, Brise is very particular about her appearance and her cleanliness.
Yeah, I have acting in this game, but I guess they ought to probably do voice acting as a separate thing.
Yeah.
So you could affect accents and things like that to help with a disguise. It would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh, for sure. If anyone encounters me, I'm gonna speak in Goblin just to confuse them.
right.
Like, who are you?
All right, roll to navigate again.
1. Okay.
Nice. Very nice. Roll again and subtract.
Minus 58.
Nice.
We are making a...
Well, here's the advantage of having a map. You stop yourself before you get hopelessly lost.
I get hopefully lost instead.
You backtrack, because it's not just a single road, mind you. It's a series of roads you're turning on.
Right.
Because it's not as though this is a very rural area. So these roads are largely game trails, then broadened by trackers, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Then, if you're lucky, broadened by the odd farmer or two that tried to, make a go of it in this valley before anyone else. So you backtrack, you're confident you're back on the right road. Roll to navigate.
85. That's more like it.
You're at the foot of the mountain. This valley is
leaving this valley behind.
You are
back on the upslope.
Well, you went up. You went through the pass.
Right.
This morning.
Oh, foot of this mountain.
The foot of this mountain that you're, yeah.
Right.
In the distance, 16. You're headed, right now, you're headed southeast. So 16 would put it almost to the south. At quite a distance, you see a group of 4 giant flying figures, humanoid, except that their legs taper to nothing, and they seem to be made of some sort of dark smoke. They are headed this way, which is against the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Moving at a leisurely pace. It'll be probably an hour or 2 before they're here. You've heard mention of them being spotted in one or more adventurer's tale, but that's as much as was said about them, was that they had been seen before. What would you like to do?
Are they like just gliding, or do they like move, like flapping wings? Is it this distance?
There's no evidence of locomotion.
Okay.
There's no wings. There's no beasts drawing them. They seem to be moving purely of their own volition.
Hmm. And how high in the sky does it seem they are? Kind of comparing.
Just below the mountaintops.
Okay, so pretty high up.
Yeah.
Okay. I will continue down the road and just check on them every few minutes.
Keep an eye open. All right, roll to navigate.
96.
Roll again and add it.
Plus 37.
It's early evening. Roll for me.
18.
Movement coming down the trail. Hurried.
Okay.
The trail is very straight here for a while, so you'll have a good line of sight as they make the corner and come into view.
Right.
What would you, of course, the same will be true for them. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I got my like donkeys. I can't really hide, quickly. So the best I can do is just kind of make sure my weapons are ready and hidden, and we'll just kind of see what's coming around the corner.
Okay.
I'll see if Azrael can, leap into the brush and stay hidden, so he can keep an eye on, just get him into a good position where he can give me another view of the situation.
Around the corner comes a pair of wagons.
Mm.
They seem heavily laden. They're each pulled by 4 horses. And they are driven not by goblins, but by Pinnish or perhaps Gravidan men, one of the 2 desert nations. It's clearly desert folk who are driving.
You can tell because there's just sand everywhere.
And I think that's a good time for a break.
That is, yeah, interesting.
So, guys, we're gonna go refill our drinks and stretch our legs. So, if you just bear with us for a few moments, we'll be back and we'll see what's going to shake down and what sort of decisions Brise makes with this new information.
Yeah.
So, we'll see you guys in just a sec. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with us this long. Let's get Max back here and see what he's going to do. There's Max. I told you he'd be right back.
Startled me when you like popped onto the screen. Let's do it. Let's get back to it.
They're driving the horses fairly hard.
Okay.
Light armor, scimitars. There's one forerunner up ahead. He was literally jogging ahead. And there's one driver per wagon. That's all you can see.
Okay. So my made contact with the forerunner. Like, does he see me?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I kind of wave to them, keeping up my act of being a traitor on the road, and say ahoy there. Ahoy. Whoops. Hey there. Not many on these roads.
Wagons pull up short. The forerunner approaches. He looks pretty fatigued, which is obviously to your advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Speaks in sort of poor Elven. Is there a wider place where we might pass one another? These wagons are bulging full.
How many? So I can see there's two wagons.
Two wagons, each with one driver. You've got the forerunner here.
Right. So three people total
that you can see. There's
yeah. And the wagons are completely covered. I can't see.
Right.
I say you all seem to be in an awful rush. Mind taking a moment, sharing some news, what's up the road? I also have some skins to trade. It gets pretty cold in the mountains where you're headed.
We're well geared for the cold, thanks all the same. Ill fortunes await all of us, it would seem. I see from the direction you came, you must have spotted them in the sky, the Belich.
I did see them, but I did not know what they portend.
Dangerous. Dangerous. Has your luck fared terrible since seeing them?
I say I saw them just a few hours earlier, and you're the first people I've encountered on the road. So I can't say. I rolled a 95, so no, I say I can't say for certain. Do they bring bad luck? Is that what they're known for? And
dark badness. Okay. Dark badness.
Dark badness. I guess I didn't even mention. I'm replying to him in Elven. I ask if he knows Thax. In Thax.
Poor, he says.
Okay. Okay, and I ask if he's hurrying because of the Belich. Are you trying to outrun them or outpace them?
Well, their way takes them toward, just as your way takes you sort of away, right? I mean,
okay. I wasn't sure which. They said they were coming towards me
at the time you spotted them,
right? But now it's.
But now, so they would be coming. They're still headed the direction behind you now, because you've left that spot, right? So they would be heading toward them, whereas you would be heading sort of away from them because they're almost to the point in the road where you were.
Okay.
Obviously, if they keep on their course, by the time this convoy gets there, it won't be. They won't be there.
Right.
But still, they're having to draw nearer.
Right.
Roll for me.
7.
Okay.
I was going to say, does it seem the only thing that's worrying him is the Belich, or are they kind of? Does it seem like they might be trying to move on quickly for a different reason?
No, they seem to be in a general hurry.
Okay.
But certainly their mood has been soured by it. I mean, you can see the driver just continually watching them.
Right.
Shaking his head.
I guess for my refresher and all the viewers, right, I was told that there should be 4 wagons, and it's coming from Algrit, so to expect goblins. But I shouldn't rule out this convoy as a potential, right, source of this might be the cultists themselves.
Right.
So I ask, if there are any wares you're trading in. I find myself a little short on supplies. Seem to have quite a bit of a load there. It's hard to be subtle. Mind showing me what's in your wagons?
It's certainly some full wagons you have there.
Any cult items? I was saying I might be interested in purchasing, items of power, right? Like I could pay a good coin for them. I don't know how much they'd believe me.
Well, I don't think you would. It would be unrealistic for you to expose that you can afford such a thing out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Especially outgunned as you are, and clearly outsmarted. 2 wagons appear behind you.
I blame it on the Belich. That's
right.
He's anything wrong that happens now.
No goods. No goods. He turns, yells something to the guys behind. You hear only 2 answers. He turns back. He says, maybe a little food. That's what they would have to trade.
Okay. Um, so
Is difficulty food?
while this is happening, I would like to have Azrael kind of, in the brush, creep down past the carts and see if he can get a view of what's in the carts from a different angle.
He's able to climb up a wagon wheel and get into
Perfect.
underneath the tarps. His eyes adjust, and no question, this is cultist goods. There are chairs with demonic imagery on them.
Mm.
Furniture and stuff. There's chests with the similar demonic pattern on it.
There we go. Okay, so I think my plan right now is let them pass so I can hopefully get a count of how many there are actually. And then we'll start tailing them, maybe try to initiate combat. Let's have a little more idea of what I'm up against.
Well, another question is, will they be bedding down? I mean, it's early evening now.
Yeah, might just be able to ambush their camp. So
they have the similar timing problem that you had last night. They might make the pass
right.
by dark, maybe, but then they're up on the pass,
Mm-hmm.
and so are they looking at bedding down, or are they looking at pushing through all night?
Right.
So this
So
may very well be who
I'll act like, oh yeah, some food would be good. I can offer. I'll just take out, like 4 copper pieces, and or I ask them if I have copper or furs to trade. If you have a few rations, and then I say, I recommend camping before the pass. It's going to get pretty cold up there. That was where I was coming from. So.
he says that they're going to bed on the slope somewhere, but there's no way they can make it to the pass before it's too dark and dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, dark and dangerous? That's my new nature. I like that.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. I will wait until night when evil Brise can take care of them.
That's right.
I just wake up and suddenly I'm like covered in blood and like, oh my god.
New game of Jekyll hide and seek.
Jekyll hide and seek.
Where do you want Azrael to go once he's inside the cart, the wagon, and confirmed that this is where after do you want him to go?
Just to sneak back out and see if he can unseen into the brush.
Okay. So the Wagoneers put on their brakes. You see them rummaging around packs and so forth at their feet.
Mm-hmm.
Azrael makes it undetected. Roll for me.
4.
You're doing great.
I don't need intelligence or luck.
The way that the back wagoneer is acting, your gut tells you there's more guys behind his cart.
Oops. Sorry, dropped it.
And that is the end of Brise. Half of her fate is now undecided.
That's Azrael hiding in the bush.
Is it Gilroy was here? Is that right?
Yeah.
Kilroy.
Will know. You know. Okay. Good to note. Okay. And yeah, again, just either furs or copper, all whatever they prefer. I'll just handle him training. I'm wondering if there's any other questions I can ask him to get more info about their journey, about what they're equipped with, right?
Well, you got to think about all the things they won't tell you.
Right. How many people they're traveling with, what they're carrying.
Right. So there's lots of those things you can't ask.
Right.
You probably ask generally, where are you headed? You know, or are you headed to Balabry? I just came from there.
Right. Last to Balabry, and yeah, they probably wouldn't say where they're coming from either.
Right.
Is that? Who sent you?
Did you choose a question?
Yeah, I just said, are you? So you're headed to Balabry?
The first guy, the forerunner, says no, many places, but you see the wagoneers are nodding. So one comes from the back.
They're just digging their own themselves deeper.
That's right. So one comes from the back. He's digging through his stuff. He passes you 2 rations, and he starts looking through your skins. You know. So he's behind you looking through your skins, just to let you know. Looking ahead and underneath the wagons, you don't see any more legs.
Yeah, no one's hiding underneath.
Yeah, so they may be hiding underneath. It would be a good time to send Azrael into that one.
Sure.
So add 2 trail rations to your.
This is a great time to have a cat familiar instead of a falcon familiar. It's like a falcon, like hopping around, like.
Yeah, it's not as useful. I guess it could tear a hole and peer in, but then he's sitting on top of the wagon.
No, yeah, it's a lot more conspicuous.
It is. It looked like a hood ornament. Get away from there. They shoot him dead, and you're like, oh.
Great dinner. Oh, boy.
There's no one behind the wagon. The last wagon.
Okay.
It takes a while. He's still searching for a way to get into the back of the wagon. The tarp was pulled down pretty tight. Okay. In fact, it seems unlikely that anyone would be okay.
Yeah.
Being tied up, you know, with a tarp down in front of them for the whole journey. You'd be stifled. Right. So maybe you just had a wrong impression.
Yeah, well, I don't want Azrael to linger too long, so we'll let him hide back in the brush again.
Okay. He selects a pelt that he likes. And you, of course, just wave it off as, yep, that's fine. That's a good choice.
That's my finest skin.
That will cost you 1 wagon.
Imagine he's like an expert in skins. He's like, oh, what did you use to, tan this?
Oh, yeah. You love being hung out to dry like that by a game master. Just fascinating. Did you use this type of snare or this type of snare? Like, I used this dagger, I tell you that much.
Wait a sec. These skins come from another country. Hold on.
Exactly.
I'm like, oh, I can't
Or
roll.
the beaver pelt from the north.
Okay.
So the forerunner, urges the men back to their wagons.
Yeah. No, I won't keep you any longer. You have safe travels.
They ask if you mind turning around and heading back until they can find a spot wide enough for you guys to pass each other. It's literally too narrow.
Oh, I see you, because my cart with the donkeys, or my 2 donkeys.
Your 2 donkeys and the cart,
Right.
The wagons, they cannot pass each other.
Was there a spot that I recall that was a little wider up the road?
I keep rolling off my surface. Yes. Not too far down.
Okay. And sure.
In fact, it would make a really good camping spot for them. It's that broad. They could pull over and sleep there if you want to mention that, and then you'll know exactly.
Yeah, I'll say there is a spot not too far up the road. In fact, it's a perfect camping spot if you wanted to rest before climbing further.
Roll for me.
60.
Okay. Clearly hoping you'll say no, the forerunner asks if you'd be sharing camp with them.
I say no. I'm continuing on my way deeper into the valley for today. Need to make a little more progress myself.
Turns and discusses it with the wagoneers in their language. And it appears that they agree. So you turn your donkeys around, lead them back. It's just a short half an hour or so.
Okay.
The Bleach are continuing to move. They're moving from the south. So they're continuing to move north. A closer view of the Bleach shows that there are details in the vapor that makes up their bodies that makes it appear like they're wearing a belt. They're wearing a helmet. They appear to be bare-chested. The vapor forms a bare chest.
Right.
Find the spot without a problem.
Okay.
You guys swap locations. They begin unhooking their horses and so on. They wish you good luck.
And I'll depart back down the road. I guess Azrael's been following us from the brush, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And as I continue down the road, then kind of periodically check with him to see if he hears any movement in the brush, any other people falling behind.
No.
Okay. So probably just was the three of them.
So it occurs to you they split up the convoy.
Right. If it was four, they might have 2 and 2.
And that way might travel faster. They certainly have a greater chance of getting someone through, which suggests that one of Algret's spies, perhaps the one you know, let them know that they had been, that their plan had been
Right.
leaked.
Potentially, yeah. Okay.
How is your? I mean, if you're going to be killing these people, how is
I'm pretty much ready to go.
how is your sense of honor?
I mean, so Brise is honorable, right? But these people are not only starting a cult, right? But they are starting a fake cult, right? They're kind of messing with powers they don't even understand, which those are unholy powers. I don't know. Is that even like worse, in Brise's eyes?
I see what you mean. But your argument is that she's okay with it because so this serves a holy cause in a sense, right? And it's what Algret is doing is treacherous.
And also, yeah, Brise is very much doesn't, I think it's on my character sheet, right? Dishonor deserves a stab in the back, right?
Yeah.
They're stabbing Miagral in the back technically, and
okay.
I'm kind of returning the favor. So
okay.
Now, unfortunately, I don't know enough about whether they're like how complicit they are in this, right? If they were just deliver these goods, right?
Yeah. What do they? Yeah. How much do they really know?
Right. So, which is why I'll focus on destroying the wagons, destroying the artifacts, burning it, not necessarily killing them.
Right.
They do fight back or linger. I'll have to.
Yeah. I mean, if you could set them really thoroughly ablaze and just stay hidden, that might get you out of a tight moral quandary there.
Right.
Thoroughly dark now. You've traveled as long as you feel, that it's safe to do so without losing your way.
Right. And I don't want to travel that far, just far enough that,
they think you're gone.
Exactly. And then I would just stopped right on the road, pretending like I'm resting, stretching my legs. And then when it's dark enough, I probably just leave the donkeys and just walk back, right? Because that's quieter.
Right. Yeah. You can't control the sounds an animal makes. So
let me check my idea is to sneak up on them, use my spear to call lightning. And then I guess, use the short bow with arrows of flame to maybe finish off, set them ablaze further if the lightning doesn't take care of it.
Right. Yeah. Boy, if you can sneak up there and just douse them with oil, if you can sneak in and just cover them with oil.
I get, but like, how would I do that sneakily, right? Like,
well, the oil is just in vials. You just take it off and, now if they don't set a watchman.
A little bit of this. Okay.
I mean, John,
you do that pretty sneakily.
You can't. Thank God for city buses. Am I right, people? Am I right?
Oh my God.
What's the comedian he was talking about? I was trying, like, you can't masturbate on a city bus because your passengers get really upset. No, nothing more.
Because you're the bus driver.
That's
Oh
right.
my God.
That's like that great one. That's one of my favorite
Oh.
jokes, which is I want to die peacefully in my sleep like my grandfather, not screaming in terror like his passengers. I love that. It's one of
Oh,
my,
that's a fantastic one.
I love that. Well, I think we ought to call it here
Okay.
and make
Yeah.
people,
Right at the approaching the climax. I
yeah,
love that down, sneaking up.
sneaking up on the city bucks
And lubricating.
for climax.
Oh man, we're all going to be on edge until the next Karandrin.
That's right. On edge. Oh my God, that's so
All
great.
right.
We're gonna get some yells from Obi-Wan here in a minute. I can tell you that right now. Oh man. Well, guys, thank you for hanging out with us for another episode. We always appreciate it. Um, we are going to be off next week for Thanksgiving. Um, but join us again December 4th. We'll be back at our usual Wednesday session time, and we'll continue with this ambush and raid on the fake cultists that are trying to undermine Miagraw's moral authority. If you think we're doing a great job, hey, like, subscribe, and hop to Donor Box and send us a little love. We always appreciate that. Max does a terrific job on his own YouTube channel, and you'll find its link right there, where he discusses the role of video game music and original soundtracks. So go check that out. Thanks as always to Elliot Denovitz for their terrific character art that we use almost every session. If you want to see more of their work, hop to artstation.com/Tortolua. I've written a novel. You can find it on Amazon. It's called A Shore Too Far. Take a look and see what you think about it. Max, why don't you say goodbye to these lovely people?
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this session, and I can't wait to see what happens next week. Hope you have a good rest of your evening.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.